Oh, oh my God! Finally, Lord, that's all it was.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! All right, guys. So, for people that were constantly seeing that we were exiting and going out and in, apologies. We had some technical difficulties, but now we're all right. So, alrighty. Welcome to another episode of Hadiyat Cases, where your voice is your platform. Today, I do have a very special guest with me, Miss Veronica Gomez, who hosts her own. You can say hi to the world. That's fine. She hosts her own mental health platform YouTube channel called Hey It's Ronnie, and it's getting a lot of hubbub and pretty good kind of publicity going on there. So I like her work that she does on her channel. And also, fun fact: this is the first episode I have where literally the person who is right in front of me I have had no relationship with before. Friendship, handship, nothing, nothing. I don't know her. But this is what's the beauty about this platform. That doesn't matter whether we're strangers or we're well acquainted. All that matters is that you're sharing your story. So, Veronica, thank you so much for joining us tonight. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you also battling for technical difficulties. Thank you for your So, Ronnie, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your story, like a summarized story about your mental health journey.
So my story started off when I was 3 years old. I knew something was off about me. I didn't really know or like pinpoint what was like wrong, but I just knew I was different. And around 3 to 4 years ago, I finally got help, and I went to a psychiatrist, and she told me and diagnosed me that I have a mental illness, and it's mostly severe depression and very serious panic attack and anxiety.
Okay.
I was born with this, so it wasn't something that just developed over time. When I was a kid, when my mom pushed me out in the world, I had this, and I didn't know until I was probably at the hospital and kind of getting treatment for it. So.
How many years was there a gap in between when that particular event happened?
So I dealt with depression from I guess when I actually started understanding okay, this is not sadness, this is more serious. It's middle school, 6th grade, till even till now, I'm still but my serious case was when I had a panic attack. I think I was 18, 20 or something around that age, when I had my severe first panic attack and I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And then I had another one, which from that point I had a specialist call me at the emergency room and tell me you need help,
wow.
Run away from it anymore.
And it's crazy because sometimes we believe that excuse me, we believe that mental health diseases themselves are just sorry, light. Okay. We believe that mental health is just a disease where there is no genetic predisposition behind it. You know, but you're the first case that I've heard, and I'm pretty sure there are many other cases around the globe where psychiatric disorders are as genetically prevalent as physical health disorders are as well. And making that a whole physical scope in its own in mental health is very important. Especially, I hope that your family recognized that there was something ongoing with you, because
it's weird because when I was a kid, when I was explaining it to you, I knew something was off about me. It was hard since I was a kid because I didn't have family that liked me. I was always the outsider, and it's with both my dad's side and my mom's side. So I didn't really have family to talk to or be oh, let me just be myself. So even with friends, they're kind of weird around me because I'm different and I can't be myself. So it was hard growing up with it, and them trying to like understand what depression is or like a mental illness is, they're kind of like, no, you're just sad, you'll be fine, like just 2 or 3 days you'll be sad,
Yeah.
over. But it's not like that, so
No.
it's kind of hard for them to be like, okay, this is different.
And that's a common problem that we have in our Desi communities in general.
Yes, big.
It's really a theory that's not solidified, that this is a real big problem. This is not something that can just fade away.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a coping mechanism trying to run away from the problem. But despite all of that, I'm still glad that you're able to reach the position that you're in today. Ronnie, what emotions or feelings or obstacles did you battle with throughout throughout the course of your mental health journey?
So our like half year of my third grade year till like ninth grade to 10th grade, I was bullied. My whole lifetime, like I was bullied.
Yeah.
Because like of my skin color, like back in the day, like no one did their eyebrows, so like I would have like hair in the middle of my face, like right here, and they'll just be like, "Oh, you're weird. You don't do your eyebrows. Like you have a unibrow," or they'll call me stupid, or they'll like say really bad words.
Yeah.
And I would always like look at myself and be like, you know what? Maybe you are. Maybe you are these type of like things people are saying. And right now I'm still like battling with it. Like I don't love myself quite yet. Like I'm learning to. I have very self-doubt. My fiance can even say that. Like it's hard. It's really hard.
Fiance, bring yourself. Come on, show your lovely face to the viewers over here. Guys, this is what we call a true support system. Despite having so many obstacles and barriers and not having a real outlet to go ahead and push all that, you're blessed enough to have somebody in your life that you can really put your shoulder on and lean on, and that's a blessing, man. Yeah, thank you. I just wanted people to know that she's not alone. It's all right. It's good. Before people start having panic attacks, like.
No, seriously, it's changed my life. Like I was so depressed, and ever since he came in, it changed. Like he's so helpful. Like I want people to know, like there's people out there. You just have to look, like trust the right people, and they'll actually be there for you. Like he is for me.
Exactly. No, I definitely do relate to you when the bullying is concerned. People and the most underlying diseases, sometimes we can't even figure it out. Like people wouldn't be able to figure out. First of all, with your eyebrows, girl, I've had unibrow my entire life. I recently started to actually do my eyebrows on myself, and I know I missed some curves, but it's good.
Everybody's like so judgmental about guys doing their eyebrows, and I'm just like, okay. Like, it's normal.
Hey, I mean, it makes your face glow. What can you do about it? But also on a tangent, I mean, I was bullied for speech impediment. So people don't even realize that I was a chronic stutterer, despite the way that I talk at myself. It's just, but the scars that are left behind from that, I still retain them every day, very closely. It's shaped me to who I am today. It's why I do these kinds of things, because when you see suffering, especially when it happens to you on the daily, you don't want people to go through that. And kids are mean, and kids are harsh. I'm not gonna lie, but even adults can be harsh too, and we don't realize that if you're raised in the way that you're brought up in childhood is how eventually you're really going to shape to the person who you are today. I'm proud of you that you're able to go ahead and come out from your shell and really start your big. This is a small step into your lifelong journey, I should say, but it's a good step in positive direction in the way, and you have somebody with you that's going to reinforce that, and that's what the biggest point of all that really matters. I love it. So when I hear people tell their stories, it's really important to me. I'm able to put myself in their shoes as well, especially if you're a listener. Because I feel like if you're just blindly listening, there's no point to really giving your 2 cents or your input, and people can recognize that. So what is it like being in the shoes of Veronica Gomez? Like what's a daily life, the goods, the bads?
So like the goods, I don't even know if there's like really any goods. Like it's like with quarantine happening. Well, yeah, obviously.
Thanks, babe.
You know you're the best. But I'm
It's
happy.
okay. I just had, yeah. See, you have to be able to be grateful for even the smallest things you have. Things you have today, you might not have tomorrow. So he is a good thing.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
to be there. I know that for sure.
Sorry, you guys make me laugh.
But like during quarantine, like there's not much to do, so it's depressing in here, like in the house, like just being here every single day. But also like the whole like self-love thing, like trying to love myself again and dealing with panic attacks here and there, even if it's like over nothing, like sometimes it just randomly happens. Like it's hard because it's like, why is this happening to me kind of thing. Like why do I have to deal with it? Like why am I going through this type of thing? That's all that goes through my head. But I know like I was meant to have it for a reason, and
Yeah.
it's mostly I feel like to talk to these people like
Right.
about mental like illness, because this needs to be heard, and it's something that's really important that like a lot of people are like not talking about, you know.
I agree about that. It's not necessarily a platform that our community is comfortable with. Go ahead and delving in one new, and two, I feel like we're a transitional generation when it comes towards discussion about these things because our parents were taught to not really, and at some point in our childhood, we were also to not go ahead and talk about feelings, discuss things. It was whenever there's a problem, trying to just battle it, and you remain silent about what's going on with you, which to me is extremely wrong. But I'm very, very grateful that we have people that are taking initiatives, this platform included, that goes ahead and tries, in a way, to poke out the stigma. It's not going to happen overnight, but as long as we go ahead and we take the initiative to do little things to alleviate mental health, and also bring attention towards people surrounding you. That wow, she like the way that you were a year ago. I'm pretty sure you're not the same way now. Despite having it, COVID happen, COVID was a huge problem.
Yeah.
Many lives, including the person that this show is dedicated towards too.
Oh my God, yes. She shot. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I mean, passed away from clinical depression, but definitely COVID was a huge hit towards these kind of patients, and it's extremely important that we connect with each other on the daily, just so then you feel like you're not left alone. Despite there might be people surrounded by you every day, but we sometimes need that extra push as well.
Mhm.
So we know that, I mean, I know especially that one of the biggest outlets that you have towards mental health is your YouTube channel. Hey, it's Ronnie. Has some amazing stuff on there, guys. I really recommend go ahead and check it out. Subscribe to your channel, comment, like. It's amazing. So you just started this actually, and it's fairly fresh. So what was the main driving force towards creating?
So, YouTube has been my dream since like I was 10, 11 years old. And I tried with my ex best friend at the time, like doing channels. And we made like, I think over 4 channels, like deleting it after and after because she had her personal issues and I had my personal issues. So,
Kind of like this live.
connecting. And I was getting bullied at the time, so I was scared to post my own channel up there because I knew someone in the school would be like, oh my God, look, it's Veronica on YouTube, like
Yeah.
ha 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 type of thing, and say worse things about me. So I just didn't do anything. And then at my first college year in like Montgomery College, yeah, I was 18. 5 years ago, I finally posted something, and this guy gave me the courage. He pushed me, and I did it.
Wow.
Now I'm here, 5 years later, and I'm still doing my thing. It's hard. It's hard to like do something like towards your dream and seeing it like not really like working out, but I have to keep going. And mental health is a like struggle because like in the back of your head you're just like you're not worth it, or like no one's gonna care, or why are you wasting your time?
Yeah.
And I have to battle that and keep going.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I feel like it's how I look at it is that even if I go ahead and I affect one life positive, It doesn't matter how many viewers. Towards me, it matters how many people I'm able to go ahead and change their perception or reach out towards, even if it's one. So, don't get discouraged about the fact that your platform hasn't taken off yet, but
Yeah.
you never know when you're going to get that golden ticket to go ahead and run with it. That's one. My friend who knows I'm live called me. I hope he gets the message. Neil, stop calling me. Okay, so sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like what it's more than you just going ahead and doing this. It's also that you're getting out of your comfort zone, and
Yeah.
that's a huge step, especially for somebody like you, because at the end of the day, you can get stressed on the littlest things. I'm the same way in a way. I can get stressed out very easily, especially when it comes towards academics. For me in particular, but
Oh, that's a big one.
yeah, but I feel like the best step in order to go ahead and conquer your fears is to face them, forefront. So I think that's a good step that you're doing, as everybody would appreciate. And over time, what I realized is that when you become an adult, you kind of make your niche. Whenever we're growing up, we always want to go ahead and become part of this one big community. We always want this desire to fit in.
Right.
We don't understand as youngsters growing up the value and the beauty of being unique and being your own individual. So the fact that you're able to go ahead and do this shows that not only are you expressing your importance about yourself, but you're also showing that this is me and I love myself for who I am. Despite what anybody else might go ahead and say, I want to tell that towards you. I bet there's thousands of people around the world. If they saw this right now, they would agree with me as well. Because the beauty of a person is not reflected from the outside, but from the inside. So always know that for sure. Um, and is there any advice? So, as a concluding question, is there any advice you'd like to give to our viewers who may be experiencing similar ordeals that you have gone through or that you are going through at this particular moment?
All I want to say is, for anyone watching or whoever watches in the future, that like you're not alone. This is something a lot of people go through. It's just they don't really talk about it. But if you ever want anyone to talk to, I'm here. Rohit is here to help you, and it's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique. It's a precious thing, and it's hard to have a mental illness, but we can do it together. We'll succeed, and we'll be like the brightest stars in the sky, like just doing our thing and rocking the world. And I hope my platform um, helps you with your mental health, and I can bring some positivity in your life, and even if it's just for an hour or for like a few minutes, hopefully I can give you guys good content or like good mental health advice through my videos to help you.
She's on an amazing journey. It's definitely a long process. There's uphills and downhills, but the way Rohit you said it was wonderful. It's all about slowly taking those steps in realizing your dream. And I when I fell for you, when I fell for her, I saw that. And people, from the outside were always like, she's so different. Like, why is she so quiet? But I saw that. And so that's why when I saw that, I like pushed that. I was like, that needs more people need to see that. And I think like that the voice of so many people are silenced by these stigmas, and there's so many beautiful people like her out there that
Yeah.
deserve to.
And
Yeah.
I know like a lot of people out there, because I'm struggling with that right now too. They're not able to make friends because they're just like some people can read you off the bat. So like they can like judge you right there, or like if you're talking to them, like me, I'm not ashamed of having a mental illness or a disorder, whatever people like to call it. But I like to let people know off the bat, like, this is me, I have this, because if I'm going to be friends with you and I'm going to trust you and we're going to build a great friendship that maybe lasts forever, I'd rather know you know me for me than not know me at all. So I just like to let people know. And from that, people are just like, yeah, okay. Like, they'll, like, act cool, but you can tell from their, like, physical body language, like, I don't think I want to be friends with her. And like, families judge me too. Like, I've heard a lot of things like, you're psycho. Like, is your daughter okay? Like, does she need to go to, like, a mental hospital to get, like, treatment? Like, oh, you probably don't treat her right. Like, maybe she's not treated as a good daughter. Like, maybe you should do better. And it hurts me because it's not right to say that.
Yeah.
And they don't know, like, you know, what my family's going through, or if what they're saying is true or not. Because my parents love me, even if I have this or not. So it sucks to hear that. And it hurts me, and I get emotional talking about it all the time, like now. But I just want everyone to know, like, it's okay. Like, F what everyone says. Like, be you.
Yeah. It's okay to shed a tear when it comes towards releasing your emotions. For guys and girls equally, I strongly have that. The you guys put my closing remarks all together in summary. It was beautiful. But I will say one thing in addition towards that it's very easy for individuals to go ahead and pinpoint out people's negatives, somebody's positive aspects, and it's even harder to go ahead and analyze whether or not somebody is a good or a bad person just by knowing a few character traits about them. But what I always believe is that if you have more positive aspects about you versus your negative aspects, you are a good person. Because none of us are perfect. We all have our flaws. We all have our different stories. We all have our different actions of the way that we go ahead and we lead our lives. But that's the beauty of being you. And somebody is going to be able to go ahead and look at you and say, thank you for being yourself. Because maybe if it wasn't for you being yourself, I would not have the courage to be myself. This is a huge social movement that we have going on right now. And throughout every single standpoint possible, social, economic, emotional, there's a whole revolution going on right now. But I think the bigger picture that everybody needs to wrap around is that this is a time for us to go ahead and join together and look past our differences and really see what we all are inside. We all have one thing. We all have a mind. If you use it correctly and filter it correctly, you can go ahead and produce amazing for yourself and with others. With that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the show. Guys, this is the first time that we have actually had a platform where we have two individuals at the same time go ahead and give remarks. It was fantastic. Shout out to Arbors that are unpreserved for a great place for me to go ahead and have my shows. And also, we're going to go ahead and do the closing remark. We're going to reach out our hands towards each other. Guys, these are tough times where we're no longer connected physically, but that doesn't mean that we cannot be there for one another. Channeling your mentality to a positive outlook takes time and perseverance. But a very good place to start is by using your expression as a platform. Just like Veronica did today, just like Mr. Mangetar did today. I did not even get your name. What's your name?
Simon.
Simon. Okay. Like Ronnie did today, just like Simon did today. Bless you guys. We will continue to do this every day and use your platform consistently. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time and effort over here, and we will be back on Monday for another episode of Harriet Case. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.